Well, hi, it's Adair Palmer here, and we are at week 4 of Code Breakers. We're doing this week looking at creating killer content. In past Code Breakers, I've gone through sorts of things that you can create, and we'll go through that again, but I'm actually condensing that. So if you've joined me before for the content section of Code Bootcamp, this is going to be a bit different. So it's something that I'm encouraging people to come back and join in again if you've already done it. If you haven't done it and you're new, welcome, welcome. We've got a few new people this week, and there is more people coming on all the time. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so we'll get into it. The creating content is, I guess the thing is, why would you want to create content? Why do you want a mix of content? Now, one of the things that I've noticed, and if you have a product page or something that's is generally around MLMs or network marketing, and I know I have done it myself, and it's no reflection on anybody who may be joining us here, but I think that is something to be aware of, that we do get so caught up in our passion for the products that we do tend to focus on posting the product posts. And it's also the same with the service. When you are doing a service, when you're providing a service, and I've seen some ones like window washers, and there's carpet cleaners out there, and there's car details that are sort of part of my network as well. And you look at the pages, and all they are is do this service, get this service, get this service. Now, even some people, because I work with a lot with hypnotherapists, and I don't tend to find it as much with people who do hypnotherapy, NLP, alternative healing modalities. And I think because what happens is, when you're in that sort of industry, the potential to do a range of posts is huge. And people love, especially on Facebook, people love inspirational posts. And so anything to do with personal development and inspirational posts, it's actually very, very easy to do on Facebook, on your business page. So you really, if you're a life coach or any of those types of businesses, it's actually quite easy to create your content. So for others, it does maybe require a little bit more of creativity and creative thinking, but that's what we're going to go through tonight. And so I know that you're all going to come away with some really good ideas, some really good tips around what you can do. Oh, the other thing, I might make a note to myself, if I can find my bar, if you can see what I'm looking at, is actually how to do it. So that's Adobe and Canva. That was just one. I'm thinking, when you write notes and think, oh, there's something missing, and that's what it was actually how to make content that's quite sexy and that people want to see. Okay, when you are putting your posts on Facebook, I often get questions around how much is too much or how much is not enough. When you put your posts on Facebook, and I might have mentioned this before, your posts generally reach between 1% and 3% of your fans on Facebook. So what that means is, if you've got 100 fans, one or three people may see it in their newsfeed. Facebook have actually, in the last month, have scaled their algorithms back again. So I'll just go back a step. 5 years ago, you could just post anything on Facebook, and you would be able to, whoever was connected to you on your business page would see it in their newsfeed. And this was before there were 600 million business pages on Facebook. And so Facebook's gone, let's just scale it back. Facebook goes, we need business people, but we want, our customers are the consumers. So we're not the customer, but Facebook needs us. So we're actually a poor relation. So what it has done is it scaled back the algorithm, or changed the algorithm so that people, as more and more people are coming onto Facebook, because there's nearly 2 billion people on Facebook now, as more and more people are coming on, there's so much competition to get content or to be seen, that out of the, I think from memory, there was out of the potential for average 1,500 posts per day that you would see in your newsfeed. If you saw everything that all of your friends posted, you see a tiny fraction of that. So if you're connected to, 100 people, then you might see all of the posts. But if you're connected to 2,000 or 5,000 people, then you're not going to see very many of those posts at all. So there's a bit of competition to get into the newsfeed and to get the exposure that you're looking for as a business owner on Facebook. So this is where we get clever about it. If you are doing between 7 to 15 posts a week, this is not my numbers, it's where I got it from the inner circle. Someone actually said, what is a good amount to post? How much is too much? How much is not enough? And I think a rule of thumb is between 7 and 15 posts. Now, if you're doing those types of posts, between that amount of posts, when you're doing that, you would want one sales or promotional post every 7 to 8 posts. Now that means obviously that there's going to be a whole week. If you're posting 15 a week, well then you might have 2 sales posts or promotional posts. If you're obviously if you're doing 7 or 8 a week, there's only 1 a week. So there's all of those posts in between that you're going, okay, what do I do? And what sort of content do I put out there? How do I engage people? Because quite often it is the sales and the promotional posts that we are that we're used to putting out there. So just be mindful that that's about the ratio that we're looking at. The other thing is it depends also on your industry. Now I was doing an interview into Canada a couple of weeks ago, and they said, well, how often do you post and suggest a post? And I said what sort of my information was, and they said they can post sometimes if you're doing a community page where you're live streaming or you're doing community events or you're bringing information into a page for a particular community, well then you could be posting 100 times a day depending on what's happening in your community. So it just goes to show that if you think about what's relevant for your avatar, so it always comes back to your avatar. Now we did the avatar last week, and if you haven't done it, excuse me, I've got itchy eye. If you haven't done the avatar, go to actually one of the things I do want to do is upload in the files the avatar template. It's still in its raw form. I'm wanting to tidy that up a little bit, but it's great information. If you haven't gone through the avatar, hook back into that webinar, because that is a foundation concept, because everything you do is going to link back to what your avatar wants. Everything links back to what their pain points are, what message you want to give them, how what you have relates to what their pain points are, what their interests are, everything you do. So that is absolutely, if you haven't done it, go and do it, because you'll be doing yourself a huge disservice and you'll be probably wasting a lot of time and energy if you haven't done your avatar. So that's rule number 1. Okay, so where can you post on Facebook? Now most people think when they go to post on Facebook it's either on your timeline or in your business page. Can I have a thumbs up? Who thinks that? Yep. Does anyone know of anywhere else where you think you could post? Happy to have some. Okay. So other places you can post, which are probably places where you already post, but you don't think about it strategically and doing it on purpose. So you can post obviously on your timeline, like I said, your personal profile and your business page. You can post on other people's pages as well. Now we participate, if you've actually participated in the programs like Super Saturday that I run on Social Media for Small Biz Owners group, you would know that you can post on other people's pages. Normally that's around commenting, liking and sharing their pages, but you can do it outside of Super Saturday as well. And you can go, as long as it's not spammy and as long as it's congruent and with what their page is. So you might have an arrangement where you can do cross posting. So if you're a makeup artist, you might, so I know for the makeup girls here tonight, you might know a hairdresser that's wanting to complement their business, and you could say, well, how about we do some cross posting? So they could do some styles on your page and you can actually cross post on their page for your makeup, and you can help each other get your business expanded. So does that make sense? Yep. Okay. So it just thinks about, you can get creative about how you post on other people's pages, and also, you know, about participating in programs like Super Saturday. Post in events. Now, people often put up events and they just leave them. And they just go, well, I don't know why, and no one was interested, nobody turned up, you know. But the thing is, with these events, and I may have said it here before, and I'll say it again, in December, between Christmas and New Year, last year or the year before, Courts and Kirsty from the Smart Chicks put a event up, and they ran it over at Norwood, and it was smack bang in the middle of that Christmas New Year week. Now, who would go to a business event? Hands up, who would go to a business event in the middle of Christmas and New Year week? No. I'm seeing all these people, no. Like, seriously, who would do that? And I just went, you girls are nuts. Like, really? Well, what happened was, they used the event. They posted in the event. They posted images of the speakers. They had 3 guest speakers there. They posted exciting stuff about what we could expect when we went to the event. They posted a whole heap of stuff that we just went, wow. But the thing is, every time they posted in the event, if you were invited or if you were interested or if you said that you might be going, you got a notification. And they were doing it leading up to the event, but I think it was maybe, I didn't sort of take that much notice, but maybe 3 or 4 days before the event, they were in the event 3 or 4 times a day. And we just kept getting these notifications that this is happening and that's happening and something else is happening. And it's like, whoa, this is going to be exciting. And it was like a no-brainer. They got 30 people there. 30. And I'm going, who does that? It was a very good lesson for me, and I think I could share that with you, because if you're running events, post in them. You can do live in events now. You never used to be able to do that when they were doing this. So you can give little snippets and tidbits around what people are going to get. You don't give them all the content, but you give them enticements and you give them little snippets and tidbits so that they get interested and they go, well, this is what they're giving me, which is such good information, adding value. So you don't just go on and go, come to my event, come to my event, come to my event. You actually make it so that you can give real value, and then people go, people can go, oh my God, that's, you know, if they're giving that much offline, what would they give online? And even if it's an online webinar, and if you are thinking of doing things like for the network marketers, are you doing makeup tutorials or that type of thing, you can do little snippets. You can do, you know, little lives, or even post little videos of, you know, doing a little bit of that. So you can say, all right, well, I'm having, depends on whether you have your I don't know whether you call them parties or shows or whatever at home. You can do that sort of thing. So, so just to entice people. So when you're doing posting in events, just remember, use video and give that, just keep that engagement going, and give little snippets of real value, and you'll find that people get hooked in and they really want to turn up. I'm going to actually give you a link. I'm going to show you where you can find, a little bit later, show you where you can find a document that I've put together called, it's called 60 Headlines that will get your audience tuned in and turned on. So that's something that you'll be able to use straight away, and especially for events, or when you are doing blog posts, or even if you're doing posts where you think, you really want to get people's attention. So we'll be going through that a little bit later, but there's one that I'll share with you called 60 Headlines that will get your audience tuned in and turned on. They're really good for events, especially if you're running webinars, that type of thing. So let's just break it down a little bit more. I just skipped to events. I got a bit carried away about that, so I'll cross that off and say we've done events now. When you're posting on your timeline, let's see, it's gone, so I don't repeat that. So when you're posting on your personal profile, one of the things that you need to remember is that Facebook is actually against Facebook's terms of use to use your personal profile as a business. It doesn't mean you can't post business stuff on there. What it means is that use your discretion. I've seen profiles that are actually set up as business names, and I've seen profiles that actually have all the product from their network marketing business across on their profile. So they're using their personal profile as a business page. That is not advisable because that is actually seen as spammy. The other thing I wanted to say about that is Facebook knows that they have got the artificial intelligence that Facebook uses now is so far advanced that it can actually sort of read that stuff and it won't show anyone. So whether it's on your personal profile or your business page, if you do stuff that is overly promotional or salesy, Facebook won't show anybody. So unless you're out there, like even if you pay for it, they will scale it back. So it has to be of value. So it's getting harder and harder for people to do their sales and do their promotions, but that's why I'm here, to show you some interesting and engaging ways that you can just connect with people, and then they'll come knocking on your door to get your service. You don't have to chase them. You want them chasing you because you're giving so much value. So just know that if you do put salesy posts out there or overly promotional posts, can do them, like I said before. If for every 7 to 8 posts you want to put a sales or promotional, but no hard sell. Absolutely no hard sell, because Facebook just will not show people. The only place where you can really get away with doing that is in groups, and I'll come to that in a minute. So on your personal profile, what you're wanting to do on your personal profile is do things that are engaging. And it's so easy. I've got let me see. There's another file that I want to show you in a little while. It's called Status Updates. I update ideas, which is something that you can use to go, well, I don't know, what am I going to put there? You know, so being on your profile, your personal profile, if you see, as the house of Facebook, if you see Facebook as in its entirety as a powerful business tool, but people don't necessarily need to know that you're actually running a business until they actually get to know you. So that's the whole idea, is to subtly come into people's awareness by adding such value, and then you'll find that you have followers that just go, wow, this stuff is really good, this person is adding so much value, that they naturally, when they think of you know, doing like a network marketing, or they think they want a budget, or if they think they want some life coaching, then they will, or hypnotherapy, then they will go, oh, I know that person. But it takes time, and it takes being a bit subtle about it. So on your personal profile, get creative, post pictures of yourself doing stuff, you know, like at seminars, at, you know, professional development, you know, conferences. People love that. And if we go back to your avatar, if you get the right people on your back veranda, then those are the ones that they're perfect, because they're going to be engaged. If you've got them on your back veranda, for those people who haven't seen the House of Facebook concept, there is a webinar for the newer people. I might see if I can send that out as well, because if you haven't seen that, it might not make sense. But your friends list is essentially your back veranda, and if you have a a deliberate, you've got your avatar, and if you're putting exactly the people who match your avatar on your back veranda, then they are going to want to hear what you have to say. So there's nothing accidental about anything you do on Facebook. There's also nothing salesy. So do your posts, make them personal, like we did, Wayne and I, and thank you for joining me tonight, honey. I finally got him. We're in the same house, but not in the same room. We're in the same house for once in for a long time, actually, on Monday night. So we did, when we went to the Relationship Success Weekend a couple of weekends ago, it was a Friday night, Saturday and Sunday. And what we did was we did a live video on the way in on the following day. So just sharing a recap of what we learnt the day before or the night before. And well, I got lots and lots of interaction with that, because it showed that we as a couple and as a family are interested in furthering our professional and personal development. And people go, they either resonate with that or they don't. You know, the people who say like, oh, you're nerds or you geeks, or, you know, what are you doing? I'd rather be out partying. Then they're not your tribe. But if they do, they go, wow, these people are doing stuff, like they're going places, they're doing things, they're engaged with life, they're learning stuff all the time. And they're the people that, you know, you want to be hanging around. Then they're going to enjoy it. They're going to listen. They're going to wait, you know, see, wow, what have they got to say about this? So lots of good feedback about that. Things like celebrate, you know, like Amber's just given us a beautiful grandson, another beautiful grandson, and thank you, Amber. And the celebration around the birth is just amazing, and you will get, it's part of life, it's part of who you are and what you do. So it's being authentic on okay, so it's being authentic on your personal profile. You can do some sales. Okay, so hang on, Shirley's saying no sound and Savitri's saying no sound. So I'm hoping that you have sound now, because yes, okay, Shirley's nodding, and Savitri I can't see, but anyway, I'm sure she's still here, so she possibly can. Yeah, so we'll keep moving, because if other people have sound, then it must be at your end. I apologise for that, but there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so on your personal profile, I also suggest that you share from your business page across to your personal profile. So when you put, and we'll go through I'll show you a blog that I've written that shows you different types of content. There's dozens and dozens of ideas that you can actually do. You can put them on your business page, and you can also put them on your personal profile. But when you do stuff on your business page, I usually share maybe every third or fourth post across to my personal profile, and that I think helps, because if people engage and interact with it on my profile, then that all goes back to my insights. So all the statistics get added up onto my page. If you share it the other way, then you lose. So if you shared it from your personal profile to your business page, then you don't get any insight into who's sharing it or where it's going or how many. If you share a video, you don't see how many people have watched it for how long and all that. So when you can, maybe every, like I said, third or fourth post, if it's a particularly good post, share it across to your personal profile. I wouldn't suggest every post, but because it will come up if it's, especially if it's like for me, social media for small biz owners or hypnotherapy with Adair, then it comes up as that. It says Adair shared such and such post. You will see that on other people's timelines as well. You'll see that people share images, they share videos, and that's how things go viral. So, it is okay to do that, and it will help. Okay. So when you are posting, you can also, I did talk about other people's pages, and that's where we talked about the cross-posting, where I'm jumping ahead of myself a little bit. You can also share on other people's pages if it's appropriate, but really I would more go into pages if you have a strategy where you want to get the attention of either the page owner or the people on that page. you can have a strategy where you visit that page every other day. And I'll give you an example. I want to connect more with people in South Australia. So there's the most popular page, and I found this out by using the audience insights in Ads Manager, which we will go through at the end of the course, at the end of boot camp. But the most popular page in South Australia was South Aussie with Cozzy. And so what I did was I would go in and I would comment, and I would make comments in response to other comments that people have made. If you have things that you can post on there, non-salesy posts, because you really do want to be seen as a person, you can post as your page on other people's pages. And I would suggest that if you do that, always sign off, tag yourself like I do. So cheers are there. I can post to social media for small biz owners, and you can sign off as yourself. This is mainly in the comments thread, but I found that I connected with quite a few people, and after commenting and using that as a deliberate strategy, what I did was I actually got the people asking to friend me, and I'd say, where did you find me? And I'd say, I saw you on South Aussie with Cozzy page. So this is probably a bit over and above the actual content stuff, but this is where you can post, and it's a bit of how you can post. You can post on groups, and most of us do. We post on groups that we are members of, and we post on groups that we are owners of or admins. So who here has a group? We have a show of hands, or a yes, just type yes in the no. Who here wants a group? Yes, don't know, not sure. Groups are a lot of work, but they're absolutely well worth it, because that's another strategy that you would use as part of being a code breaker in actually gathering a tribe. And people like Natasha Denman with the Ultimate Business Support, she's got nearly 14,000 people in her tribe that she has almost direct access to, and it's growing, whereas you can only have 5,000 people on your back veranda or on your friends list. So if you create a group that is of particular interest, then you've actually got people coming to you as well. So that's a good strategy if you have been through your avatar and you know who your avatar is. Okay, so you can also post on other people's timelines. Now, make sure when you're posting on other people's timelines that you are doing it appropriately. One of the things that you can do to draw attention to yourself, and I'll go through this in, I think it's 2 weeks' time, where we do where you can find people. We'll go right into depth. We'll dive deep into that, where you can find your avatar. But when you do that, you can post happy birthday wishes, because people love that. Some people think it's superficial, and it might be, but I think if you've got 5,000 people on your back veranda, if you're wishing them, it might be a dozen people each day, but if you're just sending them a very quick happy birthday, it might take you a minute or 2 minutes, and it's another opportunity to bring you to their attention. So that's content that you can put on their timeline, which is totally appropriate. And people love it, because they think you're thinking, oh my God, I got 500 birthday wishes. Like, other people go, like, seriously, it doesn't mean anything. But it actually does. From a business perspective, it does mean something. It means that you've taken the time to say happy birthday. I got this from Fernwood. I don't know if you can see that. Chocolate. It says chocolate. It comes from cocoa, which is a tree that makes it a plant. So it's pretty much a solid. Okay. They've given me a free month because I got this, and I thought that was pretty cool for a birthday present. I'll probably take that up. I wouldn't go back there if I didn't have a free month. But the fact that they thought of me and sent me a birthday card, I actually went, you know what, that's pretty cool. I appreciated that. So if you wanted to even go that far, once you're sort of ticking along a bit, you possibly could offer your customers something from your services for their birthday. But I would say if they're not your customers, I wouldn't do that. But if they're past customers that you want to get back, you can do that, birthday things as well. So the other place that you can post is Messenger chat rooms. So who's in the Messenger chat room? Can I have a show of hands? Or Yes, just type in the chat that you are, yes, yep, you're in a chat room. No, some people are, some people aren't. Stuart's not. I think Shirley is. Let's see. So if you're in a chat room, Shirley's saying you can automate cards and notes. Okay, so that's probably is outside the scope of Facebook, I think. That might be an external thing that you can get. So we'll just focus on Facebook, but it is outside of Facebook. Yeah, okay. So in chat rooms, you can post in there, and the chat rooms are interest-based and they're open, they're connected to Messenger. You can search by topic, you can search by, I set one up and it seems to have gone west, the social media for small business owners. When they first came out, I had no idea what I was doing. But you can have, you can post in there, which is, the whole idea is to get the attention of people that are possibly or potentially your clients or your customers. So while you are posting in the chat rooms, you might be in rooms where I'm in one called Gratitude Daily. And if I comment in there on a daily basis with just 1 or 2 lines, I'm posting in there, people are seeing stuff that I'm grateful for and they're feeling like they're getting to know me. So I also had a few people ask for send me friend requests, and they're from those chat rooms, but you wouldn't know them otherwise because the chat rooms are open rooms that anyone can join and they're interest based. So that's another place where you can post them. Okay, let's just see what else we've got. Did I miss anything out? So I'm just going to share my screen and I'm going to go through the let's see. I've got a blog here called Creating Content That Rocks. Now, some of you may have seen this, but what I want to do is just skip through it and just give you some ideas around what you can do, that you can have a range of different things that you can actually put on your timeline. You can put on your events, you can put in chat rooms, you can put in groups, you can put anywhere that you, let me see, where else was there, on your page. I forgot business page, how about that? So anywhere that you can post on Facebook, that you should be able to use any of these. So the different types of posts that I've observed are entertainment, information, humorous, news, sales promo, and personal posts. What I'm going to do, because I've sort of I've borrowed some, I've just trolled around and gone, all right, what content? So what I do is I do Google searches and I search for content ideas, and then I might get 4 or 5 different blogs and I'll look at what's common and what's different and put them together, and then I'll go, oh, I've got some ideas that aren't in here. So this isn't by any means my own stuff. This is a compilation. I don't think there's ever been an original, or not an original idea here on Facebook or social media, because everything is an iteration of something else, except the house of Facebook. That's definitely original and it's definitely mine. So, but for this sort of stuff, there's been people that have been marketing for a long, long time who know about this stuff. Now, this blog is freely available, and it's at social media with Adair, and it's under the blog tag. So you're welcome to go to that and have a read through. You don't need to take notes because it's freely available to you at any time. But we'll just go through it, and so you can get a bit of an idea. So one of the things that you can do is ask for advice. Now, if you have a problem that people can help you solve. Now, people do tend to, they love that. They absolutely go, oh, like, I can help you. Now, I did on my personal profile yesterday morning that because I was writing a bit more in this, I've got the book coming out and I was doing another piece to the chapter, but what I'd done was I did the structure of the book in Excel spreadsheet, and when I copied and pasted it into Word, I couldn't get rid of the grids or the tables. And so I just put in on my personal profile, I just said, can somebody help me with? And I had lots of people coming in and saying, yes, this is what you can do, this is what you can do. People love that, absolutely love it. So you can, so whether it's on your personal profile, if it's on your business page, you can ask for some business help too. So and people will come in. If you ask for some business help, you could say, all right, I'm ready to get a VA. So you can put it on your business page, and then you can share it across to your personal profile and say, does anybody know of where I can go to get a reliable, good VA, or where I can go to get printing, or any, it's like things like that. People love recommendations. They love. Facebook will even help you, because if you've got all your page set up right, Facebook will put a little drop down thing saying, this is a recommendation. Can you recommend anything for this person? So hopefully people will get into the idea of it. And if someone's saying, can I have can anyone recommend a hypnotherapist for stopping smoking, then people can get a recommendation for Bonetta, or for, you know, or for myself, or someone that, you know, that they know. So that's really, really good. Okay, creating a contest or a competition. Now, this is interesting, because if you are doing something, this is great, but make sure you read the guidelines. I'll show you there at the, in the files section. There's 2 documents in there you want to have a look at before you do create a contest or a competition, and they're T's and C's for competitions. I ran a competition before Christmas last year, for a non-smoking session, and I've got the T's and C's in there for the hypnotherapy competition. Have a look at that. There's also another document in the file section that says what should be included when you write your T's and C's. So make sure that you look at what the Facebook says is that you need for competitions, because Facebook will say you can't share to personal profiles, but you can't tag people, but you can share to business pages. So if you're actually contravening the terms and conditions of running a competition if you ask people to tag, or if you ask people to share. You can ask people to share to their business pages or to other people's business pages, but not to personal profiles. If you do that, they might shut you down. So contests and competitions also need to be consistent with what you have. So if you're a spending planner, and that got your attention, didn't it, Stuart? And you are giving away a 2-week holiday on the Whitsundays, then you're going to get lots and lots of people who are interested in going on holiday, but they're not interested in doing a budget to get there. So it's got to be consistent and congruent with what you actually are giving away. The other thing to note about doing a contest or a competition is that your different states, now we're all in Australia here, the ones who are on here tonight, there's different requirements for contests or competitions for people. So I would suggest as you go to your local, I think it's ASIC website, or the government website, the Lotteries Commission, that says the term that what you must do for running a competition. Now, if you're doing a competition of chance, I think in most states you have to get a permit. So if you're saying I'm doing a random draw like a lottery, you must get a permit. If you're doing a competition of skill, like the best photo or tell us in 25 words or less, and one person gets selected, then I think if the prize is under a certain amount, then you don't need a permit. But there's all sorts of guidelines and conditions around when you do your how you do your competitions. It's worth having a go. Now, what I wanted to do last Code Breakers was do a pilot one with someone who'd never done a competition before. So that offer still stands. We didn't actually end up doing it, but if somebody wants to work with me one-on-one to set up a competition, I'm happy to do that, because I think it's actually going to help the Code Breakers, but it's also going to help me. Like I said, I've run one. but it's also good to be across it. So I offer that for this Code Breakers as well. So just let me know if you are interested in taking up that offer, and we'll make a time to work together to get one out for you. Taking polls. Now this is interesting too, because people love polls and they're so easy. Do polls. You can read through what that is. The other thing about that is you can, if you do polls, you get substantial information. You can actually release a white paper with the results on it. So, so you can say, you know, out of these many people, this many people wanted to have, you know, hypnotherapy for non-smoking, or if you're doing a health and beauty, you can say, you know, so many people were interested in giving up health for weight loss, or Savitri is interested in running a competition. Beautiful. So you put your hand up, my dear. So just PM me and we'll make a time to go through it and set that up for you. Okay. Inspirational images. People love, love, love inspirational images. Now, the other thing is the people who don't, the people who like to be negative Nancy, I can't believe I just said that. The people who like to be negative, you really don't want them in your space, because there's always the people that are going to find they're just hard work. And believe me, with 2 billion people on Facebook, there are so many that are just wonderful, glorious people like you are, who are all positive, who are all looking to move ahead and better themselves and better their lives. They're the people that you really want to be doing business with. So if you put out inspirational images and they piss people off, well, then you don't want them in your space. But do it, do it, do it. And if you can do a few of those in any business at all, inspirational posts, and you can relate them to your own. If you're doing say network marketing or anti-aging, you can do posts around older people doing amazing things, or quotes from Louise Hay, because she's, you know, there's lots of stuff that you can do. Filling in the blanks amuses people. Follow Friday. Now this is Kim Gus terminology, and that is things like, I think that's what sort of like what we do on Super Saturday in the Social Media for Small Biz Owners group. But what this is, you can actually put a post up on your business page and encourage other business pages to come in and just drop a link. They can like each other's pages, but you don't have to really do anything. But what that does is, if you've got that activity on your page, it's like that self-licking ice cream. Facebook says, this page is getting engagement, so I will show it to more people. And if you show it to more people, then Facebook will say, oh, they like what's on this page, so we'll show more posts from your page to more people. If you have no engagement, you will get no engagement. So it is really, it does take an effort, but it really is worthwhile once you get involved and get engaged in doing this stuff. And I don't know, apart from advertising, I don't know of any other way. There's no shortcuts here. It is a matter of really just rolling up your sleeves and doing it. And usually about half an hour to 45 minutes a day, but if you only got 15 minutes, just do something for 15 minutes, okay? Okay, celebrating the seasons. Like, we all know when the first day of spring is. We all know when the first day of winter is. We all know when, you know, Mother's Day, Father's Day, that type of thing is, Easter. You can pre-schedule those posts in. You can do them a year in advance. Schedule them in. Then you don't have to worry about them. At least you know there's something going out a few times a year. Blog post links. So if you're writing blogs, then you can write a couple of paragraphs about what the blog's about. Don't just throw a link on your page. Facebook doesn't particularly like blog post links or YouTube links or external links, but if you do a weekly or a fortnightly blog post, put it in there by all means. Discount coupons and codes are really more American, or the US. I haven't seen a lot of that happening here, but they're really popular in the US. yeah, the jury's still out. I actually haven't used them fully, so I'll get back to you if and when I do. But if you want to experiment with that, that's just another opportunity to put content on your page. I talked about cross-promoting. This is by Super Saturday, but it's also can do it by cross-posting as well. Let's see, running a challenge. Now, if you're in the health industry or the fitness industry, or even ones like Stuart. Andre, I'm not quite sure what yours is. I think you might have told me, but if you are, you could do a 30 days to a better budget or something, work it in around the system that you use, and then you can get people in to be involved in that, and then have some sort of accountability. For the life coaches, you could have 30 days or a month is usually pretty good for things like the challenges, because it's not too long, but it's long enough to get a result. So you could do something about, sort of 30 days to greater peace in your life or something, and then you could do little activities each day where people get a challenge that they have to do. I'm just trying to think. No, it's gone. I had a thought about something when I was involved in, but it's gone. If it comes back, I'll mention it. Doing a tutorial, great for engagements and shares, and I love makeup tutorials. They're always really good. If you do audio hypnotherapy, you could even do a visual hypnotherapy, and people will enjoy that too. And if it's of value to them, they will share it. You don't have to give them the whole farm, but even if you did a 15-20 minute one and posted it, they are really, really valuable. Expert weekly expert tip. I do Friday Facebook Fix, so you might do something around that. And with your business, you think about how you can break it down into tiny little nuggets. You might do a 15-minute live or something, or like I do a half an hour live. Then I turn that into a blog, and then I send that out and repurpose that content as many times as I possibly can. And we're not talking about repurposing content here, because I'm talking fast and we're going to run out of time. Getting personal, I've spoken about that at the beginning. Sharing bits of your business, back of shop, people love that. It's for people like Carrie Ann. She's not with us tonight, but she has joined us on other boot camps for this topic. They've got the martial arts, Australian martial arts belt racks, and she's actually shown back of shop where the belt racks are being made and that type of thing. And the kids in the martial arts doing the actual martial arts. And it's just really interesting. If you've got a life coaching business, it's probably a little bit difficult. But even if you are I'm not quite sure with MLM. Just use your imagination with that. But I know with if you're a restaurant, or if you're doing anything that sort of you can do something, get a widget from, people love to see that. They love to see the back of the shop, and they love to see how you do stuff as well. I always show, like I have the screen here so people don't see the mess in here. But sometimes I show the mess, or sometimes I might show them wearing purple Ugg boots while I'm doing a webinar, and that's sort of like personal but back of shop type thing as well. Your reviews on humour, put humour on. People love that. Share videos that have got humour and make up your own. People love to be entertained. Your reviews. Now, if you have reviews on your page, always ask for reviews. Get into the habit of asking for reviews and celebrate them. Share them to your page and share them. Share them to the timeline of your page. Share them to the timeline of your profile. Share them to groups if it's relevant, not just gratuitously, but if it's relevant, share them to groups. Share them wherever you can. Caption this. That's if you can get funny videos or funny images. Or odd ones, you can just say caption this. People love that, and then you could turn it into a contest. Videos of you now live. Can't say enough about that. If you don't like going live, if you are wanting some support, Tony Everard has got a group called Live Video Confidence for Business Owners. Join that group and get yourself used to going live, because this is the way of the future. This is where things like Mary Meeker, who is the Vice President of Marketing in Facebook, said late last year, that in 5 years' time, she can't see that there will be a static post on Facebook. It will all be video. So if you aren't getting into live now, do it. This is probably the biggest tip that I could give you around content and how you get your content across. Do it live. If you can't do live, if you do your inspirational posts, you can go to Adobe Spark and do little videos, as long, because the human eye catches the moving pictures, so it sees the videos, and it's more likely to get the brain to go, oh, what? Okay. So fan appreciation posts. Now I use Fan of the Week for that, and I offer a free BizPage health checklist. So there's something else that you can do with Fan of the Week. There's something that you can offer with your, because people that engage on your page, it's a great opportunity to send them a message and say, hey, I see you've got Fan of the Week. Congratulations. Would you like a whatever it is that you're offering? So it might be some free advice. It might be a template. It might be, just something that's relevant to them, and some people will take it up, some people won't, but it's another way of connecting and communicating with people. I say here there is a absence of salesy or promotional posts, but I'm not going to go into that because I did go into it before. Now, there's other things here that I'll draw your attention to. You can see down here as Adobe Spark, this one here, and Canva. If you haven't used those, go and have a look. Make yourself familiar with them because they are fairly easy to use. I was going to do a tutorial for you guys on doing a video in Adobe Spark, because on my YouTube channel I've done one for doing an image, but doing a video, because now we have videos on a cover picture. Hands up, who's got that for our images for our business page? No one? Shirley has. Oh, awesome. So that is brilliant, to use Adobe Spark to get the cover picture, get your cover video going on Adobe Spark, and that will get people's attention. So, all right. Now, let me see, what else was there? I have got, so let's go. There's a couple of things where nearly just after 10:02, let's see if the chat. Shirley's saying it's coming, you're onto it. Awesome. All right, now let's see what else I had here for you. Status up. Oh, this one. Oh, I got this one. I can't get, there we go. That one. Who's heard of Bloomberry? Give me a thumbs up if you've heard of Bloomberry. This one is amazing. Now, what you want to do with Bloomberry is ask a question. So Bloomberry goes over places like Quora, Reddit, Amazon, anywhere where people ask questions or make comments. So you know how there used to be the Yahoo forums, that type of thing? So now they've got who's heard of Quora? No? These are, Stuart has. There are on websites, there are massive websites out there where people ask questions and everybody jumps in to answer them. So what Bloomberry has done is they've worked out this search engine that you put a topic in. I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to pop that over here, because I've got what I want to show you is if we do a live demo, a live search on, say, hypnotherapy. See, I've already done that. And what you can see is the questions that have been asked most often. How exciting is that? So you can go, oh, hang on, not that one. Not that one. Not that one. My God, there we go. How exciting is that? So you can see here, if I just type in hypnotherapy, can you all see that? Hang on. Yes? Okay, good. So if you just type in hypnotherapy, there's 2,481 questions in 85 topics found. So then what you do is you'll get an idea of what questions people are asking around that topic or around that industry. So you can use this information to write blogs. You can use this information to devise or develop services. You can use this information around, like here, any other nursing mums have experience with irritable bowel syndrome hypnotherapy program. So it will give you, like this is 69 questions here that mention experience with hypnotherapy. There's 45 questions that mention smoking. Best way to treat Crohn's disease, asthma, multiple sclerosis. So these are questions that are all being asked and you can just find out. So you find out the questions that are topical for different industries across the web. So that's hypnotherapy. Let's see, let's do life coaching. Let's see, and you can export them too. So this is a gold mine of information because these are actual questions being asked by actual people. And then you can just read and look at them and you get ideas about things that you can do posts about, you can do blogs about that in your particular industry that are not selling stuff. If you're a life, okay, so here's some great ones. If you're a life coach of the most hopeless cases, how would you make them successful? That would be an interesting question to read. Has anyone had success with a life coach? So you can see, go to bloomberry.com and you can have a look. The other one I wanted to show you was you could do weight loss. This is a really popular one with network marketing. So weight loss is got, we'll play some thinking music. We're down to the wire here, we've got 2 minutes. 143,658 questions. And seriously, this is, like you can tell, that's a very popular topic. So if you're actually selling supplements or protein powders or anything like that, you will get a wealth of information here that are going to help you understand what people are looking for when it comes to weight loss. The other thing I want to do for you, Stuart, is, let's see, finance. Finance. Or you could type in budget, or you could type in anti-aging, or you could type in, if you're doing things like your inspiration at home, you could type in food processing or, slow cooking or anything like that. So you can see finances, see what that went. 2 million, over 2 million questions. So there's taxes, there's questions with the dollar sign, credit card, bank, business, career. Just go through and have a look and just see if there's any there that resonate with you, because it gives you an idea of what people are asking in your particular industry area. Brilliant, brilliant resource. Okay, so let's just show you quickly the ones that I've gone down. The status, what's this one? Hang on, let's see. Status update ideas, and I'll show you where you can find these. You can, these are really good ones. I put one on my timeline before, just before, and I think I said if you could, it was one of these, if you could get stuck in time, where would you get stuck? So there was some always engagement and interaction on those. You can just, there's fun games that you can do. There's, fill in the blanks. There's business or subtle promotions that you can do. I would use these sparingly. So these, that's one, that's status updates. And the other one is, that I wanted to show you, was People don't, Facebook doesn't like the bait type posts, and so if you say like or share or comment on my post or my status update, Facebook will actually scale it back in the algorithm like salesy posts, and they won't show anyone. So there's creative ways. So I just did a brain dump of different things that you can say that don't say like, comment, share. But you can just get as creative as what you can, and don't put it on every post. But if you really would like something to be passed along, you could say, hey, what do you reckon? Or love to know what you think, or make sure you pass this along to someone who needs to hear it. Having said that, Facebook algorithms, like I said, are getting more and more sophisticated. So these are something that these are status updates or different things that you could say things that you can say instead of saying like, comment, share. These are different things that you can use, and use them sparingly too. So the other thing I wanted to share with you is here. Let's go here. No, not here. Let's do code breakers. Where you can find this information, because I found that having a Zoom, doing a bit of an induction with Shirley and Tammy today into code breakers, that a lot of people may not be aware that the files section is a wealth of information. So when I do things, I've got what to do instead of asking for likes, comments and shares here. Status updates is here. It's all in the files section. The other thing you may have missed, or for the new people, here is something that covers all of the stuff that we do in the code breakers. So it's a daily workflow for Facebook, and it will show you, you can download this and it will actually show you what you need to be doing, or things that you need to be thinking about when you are running a business on Facebook. So some of it might be relevant, some of it won't, but I've tried to encapsulate the whole lot. It might be a useful resource. I did put a poll on, I'll just stop the share. I did put a poll on Code Breakers probably about 2 months ago or 6 weeks ago, and I said, what is it that you would find most useful? And I think 90% of you said checklists. So I'll be turning out some more checklists. You can download that directly from the files. It'll give you an idea. Don't get overwhelmed by it, but it will give you an idea of the sorts of things that you should be engaging with. Some of the things won't be relevant. Like I said, if you don't have a group, if you have no plans on having a group, then you won't be looking at that section. But at the very least, look at the stuff at the top, which is doing your, like friending people and interacting and connecting with people. So that's something that will help make your job here easier. Okay, on that note, it's a few minutes past 9. I think I have covered everything. I'll just turn the recording off and open up for questions or comments. Sorry.